you can help students in low-income households who may not be able to afford period products. Kristin is here to tell us how. Kristin, thanks so much for being here with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
So I have heard a lot of buzz surrounding the Period Project. Can you tell us what it is?
Yeah, so about a year ago, I was at a middle school in Murray, not far, a couple miles from my home.
Pretty close.
Yeah, and a social worker kind of under her breath said something to the fact of, we know that we can do coat drives and that's great, and canned food drives, but what we really need are pads and tampons for our girls. And it started this amazing thing, and we went online. I raised over $60,000.
Really? That's so amazing.
$5 at a time, because it was really bringing to the surface the problem with period poverty. And so I went to over 50 schools around the Salt Lake Valley and just talked to, social workers and principals and custodians, and found out that we have a real problem with lack of access to period products, even here in Utah.
And I was just going to say, I was going to have you explain a little more about what period poverty is, because you just said something that I think is very key. I think here in Utah, we hear the term period poverty, but we don't think that's happening in our own state. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, absolutely. So period poverty is the lack of access to period products.
Okay.
So we know when we go to school that there's a free lunch program, and we provide a nice free lunch for our kids. But what we don't realize, and it's a silent need, is that these girls that are going and getting in the free lunch line definitely do not have access to period products. Research shows that half of women in poverty are choosing every single month between a meal, feeding their children, and period products. So that will tell you that most likely they are not buying period products. And because it's a silent need, and we still have this kind of shame and stigma around it, it's not talked about. And so when a middle school counselor mentions it, it's kind of this aha moment for so many of us that think it's a problem in Africa and India, and it is a problem there, but it's actually a local problem. I promise you that it is happening in your child's middle school, in their high school, and actually in their elementary school.
And that term silent need is so powerful, because people really need it. They just don't know if they can say it out loud. And you're trying to be that voice for them. Tell us about the legislature and the bill that you're passing.
Yeah, so it's
trying to get passed.
Yes, it's so exciting. So the first day of the session, it's a 6-week session, is tomorrow. And our bill is a priority bill, which is so exciting that the Utah legislature would put us kind of first and foremost and say, this is really, really important for our girls. And so our bill, and it's a bunch of amazing stay-at-home moms, I say, between, dropping our kids off of school and picking them up in the afternoon, we are solving period poverty here in Utah.
You are.
And so the bill is to provide free pads and tampons in every public and charter school, and that's unisex restrooms, girls' restrooms, and I think we're going to try to push for staff restrooms as well.
There you go. And you have so many things going on. Where can we go for more information?
Yeah, my Instagram today, I'll be putting everything on there. We have a student ambassador program going on tomorrow night, so you can check out my Instagram, Kristin Andrus, and I'll have all the information.
Love it. Kristin, thank you so much for everything you're doing, and thank you for taking the time to come talk to us.
Thank you so much.